So let's look at this story on what if I told you that I made 1 CR without an expensive course, without coaching classes, or without 50K career counseling sessions. So it did not consist any of these, no expensive courses, no coaching classes, and no 50,000 counseling sessions. So instead, the price was fixed at 100 rupees per student, and that is all that I charged. So India's smallest villages and towns, those are the ones that paid me. Not metros, not the big cities, not the usual suspects that you would expect. So the real story here is not about getting rich. It's about a problem that millions of families face. Students don't lack talent. What they lack is exposure. So everyone knows only 6 careers. Let's zoom out. So the problem here is that there are only 6 careers known: doctor, engineer, teacher, government job, lawyer, or a CA. But what if you love all of these other things like robotics, video editing, wildlife photography, cybersecurity, animation? Where do you find guides who will mentor you? So most schools won't guide you in this kind of pursuit. You have to go find your mentors. Now parents can't, because they can only recommend what they know. If they don't know about it, they can't help you with it. Maybe they know someone, maybe they have friends, but chances are very low in the smaller towns and villages that your parents will be knowing people who are doing these jobs. So the city career counselor can easily charge you from 5K to 50K. For many families, this is impossible. Now, I'm not saying that this is not worth the money, because definitely they put in the works and they give you really good analysis. But it is a high price point and not accessible to everyone, or even in tier 3 towns. So there are tens of millions of students. Even a small percentage needing help is still an enormous number of young people making one of the biggest decisions of their life, which will decide their entire career next 30, 40 years. So the idea, what if it cost less than the price of a pizza? Can we execute on that? So what everyone said is that people won't value it because it's cheap, and you can't build a business based on such a cheap product. But not revenue per student, it is about reach. I wasn't trying to maximize the revenue per student. I wanted to maximize the number of people, the students, that I could help with my program. So the internet solved the distribution part. AI reduced the cost of personalization. So every student will get a bespoke solution for themselves. The economics had changed. The math, so how the math sits, businesses are built on multiplication, that is compounding. You should have heard about it. So a 10K students with paying 100 per head, that results in 10 lakhs. 50,000 students, 100 rupees, it's 50 lakhs. And if you can reach up to 1 lakh students, it will be 1 CR. That is exactly how I started solving this problem. So there's no magic in these big numbers. Just serving a large number of people at an affordable price point. You don't need everyone. You just need a tiny fraction of the addressable market. And people are hungry for your product. So what students got for the deal is not a personality test, one time or just a fixed one. What they got is clarity. So after exposure, now it is clarity. What they enjoy is what is pulling their attention from day to day, from week to week. Projects that excite them, videos that they binge watch, and problems that they naturally like solving. So career paths that they have never heard of from their parents, from their relatives, or even other people in the entire town or village. The system suggested those options, not just answers. Sometimes one new idea changed how a student saw their future and how their career would shape up in the years to come. So the education roadmap, the expected skills needed to go on that career, potential salary ranges that they can expect, and where to begin for free. So the real professionals, real stories. The goal was never to tell the students what to become. No, we are not telling them what to do. The goal was to expand their option, let them know that all these things are existing in the world today, and if they get the right guidance, they can also reach each of these careers. So the bigger mission here was parents started joining, teachers started recommending the product, and schools also got interested and worked on the model. Affordable spreads the trust naturally in these kind of markets. Every student who found clarity told another student, and the word of mouth spread. So in the end, 1 CR sounds impressive, but it's not what I am proud of actually. 1 lakh students took a step closer to understanding themselves. 1 lakh families had a better conversation about careers of their children, and 1 lakh futures became a little less uncertain. That's what I'm proud of. So maybe 100 rupees is all that it takes to begin. So this is the story how I hit now to be actual, to have the facts right. It is not yet 1 CR, but we are close. And with a little bit of help from you guys who are listening, we will be able to cross the 1 CR mark. So see you in the next story, and hope you love this. If you love this, do subscribe for more stories that will come in the future. See you in the next video.